Alright, we're not sure what happened there. Got the motherfucking blue screen of death and shit. Mike, you still in there? Does this chat still link up? Do I need to go and change any of this shit? Okay. I got the blue screen of death, man. That shit sucked. Okay, where were we? Let's get booted back up. We were about to discuss. We were kind of wrapping up the 222 talk. What up, Caden? What up, Mike? It looks like we're still coming through okay with the chat and everything. Oh, I guess Mike took off. Maybe I'll hit him back up on Twitter real quick. Yo, if you can, Caden, remind me where I just kind of cut off on your ass. Went dark. Okay, there we go. Mike, you remind me. Whichever one of you can remember. I know we were going to talk about the Invicta card just got announced. Invicta 28. New stream 2.0. That's right, bitch. Okay. Now let's just link up this freaking internet and we'll be golden here. Boom. So Invicta 28, guys, is heading to Salt Lake City, Utah, March 24th. And Pearl Gonzalez is going to be up in this shit. Okay, how do I do this? I gotta open one more window. Blah. Okay, 1 second, folks. This stupid chat shit. Boom, there we go. Invicta 28 marks the Utah debut in the promotion. Pearl Gonzalez is going to be on it. This cunt keeps going on every stream. You talking about Darth? It's some little dick faggot that's in love with you, says Darth Bane. Who knows, man? You're popular, Mike. People want to hang out. We get trolls. Who cares about them? So we're going to have a strawweight interim title shot here. He has a fake G-Man, too. Janasia Moradine, 10-1, versus Verna Janardurba, 12-0, for the strawweight title, which is vacant since Angela Hill moved on. Who knows, man? That looks like some solid records to me. So we got a 23-year-old, 1-1 for Invicta. Mizuki Inoue is going to be the co-headliner. She's getting hand-fed some chick. Some Russian. Pearl Gonzalez, who was a UFC competitor, they sent her back to the minor leagues to get some experience. I think they want to build this chick. Don't be surprised if she's actually still has a Zuffa contract or something crazy. She's looking to rebound against Callie Robbins, a 5-0. Some chick that's 5-0. And then I know 50 cal is on the card. Deanna Bennett as well. Well, we got that to look forward to. That's some ladies MMA. Kinshiraru. Coming up in March. Some shit got announced today. We're going over some news. And then what else do we got on Junkie? We already went over UFC 222. Looks like that's going to be turning to a FS1 card, which should be good. Hopefully it'll get about 1.5 million views on it if it's Edgar versus Ortega. And then the chicks is Ngannou versus Barrera. That's a hell of a fight. Here we go. Fight Nights Global is eyeing the USA market. That's going to be dope. Let's get some background noise. What do you guys say? So Fight Nights Global, I believe, airs on Fight Pass. That's the show that the Bellator heavyweight champion, Vitaly Minakov, or whatever his name is, been going over and fighting with. Which the UFC has been super pissed about because, you know, they're going and fighting on their rival promotion's internet network, which they were not stoked with at all. Yo guys, Habib.com, 25-0, 59 days. We're counting down every day. So Fight Nights Global, it's a terrible contrast color. You gotta fix that shit. 25 events in Russia. Skim this shit, guys. Previously known as Eurasia Fight Nights. Okay. Boom. So America. Anyways, Nate Diaz found an opportunity, put his name into the market, so he took it with UFC 222. But the UFC will just never pay this guy anything. I did the numbers, and if the UFC sells 500,000 pay-per-views at $65, that nets over 35 million, but they only get 60% as part of their cable and distribution, you know, fucking contracts that they got. So it's really about 19.5 mil, about 20 mil if you can get 500K on a pay-per-view, which I think a Diaz bro can do with the right opponent. And on short notice, who else is gonna give you something badass? So there goes the pay-per-view. They couldn't get a Diaz bro. And so if you're gonna make 20, or you stand to lose 20, how much would you pay Nate, man? The UFC doesn't even get close to half. That's why they don't get close to getting a Diaz bro. They're not paying 10 mil. They're probably not even offering him 5 mil to go up in there and just be about 25% of it. If they can get 500K. But that will just give the UFC the incentive to actually promote him. Diaz bros. Nate Diaz versus Michael Chandler in Bellator. Can we make it happen? I assume Nate goes to Bellator in that scenario. Chandler versus Diaz. Okay. I've actually never really thought about this. Can Chandler beat up Brent Primus first? I'm just kidding. That's my Oregon bias coming out. Yeah, let's run that shit back. How would Chandler deal with Nate Diaz taunting? How would he deal with that? What do you guys think? You wish he would come over, right? But he's their man. He's the man that they got the plan with. He's got the monster promotion, all that bullshit. What else you got, Junkie? Yushin Okami drops 2 weight divisions. It will meet Diego Lima, UFC on Fox 29. That's the Glendale, Arizona card. So he came into the solid. They lost their main eventer versus OSP. They didn't have anyone else that could go into Japan and get a visa and all that shit. And there was Okami fighting for World Series of Fighting / Professional Fight League. And somehow they swooped him up. That was nuts. Got him in there. Did him a solid. He's a previous middleweight who now fights at welterweight with these crazy weight cuts everyone's doing. And stepped up a at light heavyweight for him. So now he's dropping 2 divisions to welterweight versus Diego Lima. So now you got Gaethje versus Poirier. Now we got those 2 right there. What are you guys thinking of that card already? Mike reacted to the earlier comments. Yo, do what you want, Mike. No censorship in this chat, my friend. We believe in free speech over here. Poirier versus Gaethje. Condit versus Matt Brown. Lima versus Okami. Hayes versus Moraga. Who are these heavyweights? Oh shit, that shit's way too small for you guys. What am I doing? Yo, I'll do better. I'll do better, guys. Look at it, that's a banging card. Soon to be UFC 222. Habib versus T-Ferg. You won't even censor Anal Horse because it says Shiro Ryu. Man, I have a fucking hard time pronouncing that shit. Kenshiro Ryu. Okay. Nope, we won't even censor that. Mike, say he's a fucking dumb shitty cunt. You can even say I'm a dumb shitty cunt if that's really how you feel. We let all opinions be known over here. But guys, man, we need shit like this. We need to go from DC versus No Time co-main event with Stipe versus Ngannou main event. That's a pay-per-view. These are the type of pay-per-views I want to see. What about you? Because now we're rolling into Perth. That's another fight night, but we're still watching. That's a great main event with Romero and Rockhold. Hunt. I'll never miss a Mark Hunt fight. What if we see him walk away KO Curtis Blades? Oh, I'm just a cunt. Not the whole dumb cunt thingy. Ryu. Kenshiro Ryu. Okay. Like retarded Ryu. Alright. Dark. You're out of your mind. Laugh out loud. But that's why he's here, man. That's why he's here. That's why he's hanging out with us, because he's out of his mind. Who in their right mind would be here? This card's looking pretty awesome. Now, if we went from 220 straight to this, and it was a little stacked up, just a little bit more, that would be amazing. These are the kind of pay-per-views. UFC can only do like 8 pay-per-views a year at this point in time. And do you guys really want to know what I think? I'm beating this topic to death, but if you listen to Luke Thomas, he's freaking the fuck out. He doesn't know what's going on in the UFC. He sees no future. All this nonsense. The media are like, oh, my job, on all this crazy shit. We're just hardcore sitting here having a good time, so fuck that shit. Well, they don't see the long-term play on this mega card, 226 International Fight Week. 3 super fights and a Diaz, bro, is what's currently rumored for that shit. Can you imagine that? So you pretty much pulling out every stop you can besides the Conor fight, which is props to the UFC if they do this. And this is what I see. I see Endeavor sees an opportunity to make a mega event. The UFC doesn't have a mega event. There's a Super Bowl, the World Series, the NBA Championship, all that shit. They all got a mega event. The NHL, whatever you guys call that shit. They got a mega event, certain time of year. Everyone knows it. Everyone tunes in. No matter what sport you watch, you're pretty much tuning in for the championship. Or you just so have to be somewhere who's playing it, right? That's what the UFC wants. That's what they're doing with International Fight Week. So I want to know who's going to main event Friday, because that's going to be massive when they're going to be coming so hard on Saturday. Saturday's going to be nuts. And that's what they're trying, man. They're going They're going mega card on you, man. They're going Bellator Potent event or whatever the fuck they call it. Nate Diaz says, fucking asshole pussies, cunts, I'm baked motherfuckers. Yo, Nate, let's smoke, brother. Darth's insane in the membrane. Darth, I don't know, man. It's just one of those nights in a bad mood. Otherwise, I would have ignored him. Well, there's not a lot of us in here, so everyone's pretty loud when we talk. But that's what we're dealing with, man. Mega card. Sorry, guys. I keep talking about this shit, giving you no visuals. My producing will get better. This is why Rogan's got young Jamie. All that shit. So the stoner can just get high and ramble on. And someone goes and pulls up all this shit for you automatically. What, I was listening to a podcast with like him and Bill Burr, someone on a plane. Him and someone on a plane, and he didn't have Jamie. He was like, oh shit, look that up, Jamie, and he wasn't there. He had a big old laugh. Mike says, hey Nate. Darth says, I understand, man. Sometimes I slaughter baby seals to release pent up anger. Baby seals, aren't you from LA? We'll tune in to get more news on that. But man, it looks like the Endeavor's getting away from Fight Pass. There's like rumored to be one somewhere in here in the middle of June and July. I think we might get another Fight Pass card over there, which is cool because I do like them doing their own time zone. So we get a day card, put it on Fight Pass. They're throwing everything they can. They're booking everyone they can to book these fights, and they still don't have shit, really. They ain't paying no main eventers. They ain't getting us excited with no shit. Where's my Gina Carano come back? Where's my Brock Lesnar come back? You're working to get John Jones to come back, but what about Anthony Rumble? You're telling me you can't pay Anthony Rumble enough to come fight some heavyweight? Rumble versus Lesnar. Some crazy shit, man. They could do that. He's out there bodybuilding. He just doesn't want to train to get hit. Well, Brock Lesnar is scared to get hit. What are you guys thinking? Who else is baked up in the chat? Who else be smoking? Alright, so 222. Guys, do you all remember Nate Diaz getting offered a fight with T Wood for 218? 219, whatever the fuck that was? New Year's Eve. Dana White came out and said that shit was bullshit. Now it's getting leaked by T Wood and Breck Okamoto that's what Tyron foresees. Tyron foresees Nate Diaz is going to be his next fight. And he's hoping to come back in July. Per Brett Okamoto. And wherever the hell T Wood without talking. So, was that just some rogue dude in the UFC making shifty moves like Dana said? Or was that some real shit? Here we go. Woodley on fighting Nate Diaz in 2018. I think it's more likely than people realize. I wouldn't dismiss it. Woodley wants it. UFC doesn't hate it. If you're Nate, it's a big payday. You got virtually guarantee, and you virtually guarantee Conor 3 if you win. He's guaranteed Conor 3 no matter what, right? What do you guys think of that shit? So Nate says he'll come back. Maybe he's just using the headline of 222. I believe he'll fight anybody if the UFC pays him. You got your welterweight champion out here chirping Nate Diaz's name to get in the headlines and shit. What are you guys thinking of this? Edgar, I'm down for anyone, any fight, any weight class. Let's save this card. Dana Shelby Mick. Are we saving this card? Are we going to... They were prepared. They're talking about just, oh, let's bring Edgar versus Ortega to Orlando and really build that one up, which would have been great. It's on Fox, but you're asking Ortega to do some nut shit on 2 weeks notice. And yeah, to just take on Frankie Edgar 2 weeks notice, Ortega. You could do that, right? That's what they asked him to do. They were looking at just scrapping the card. Screw everybody here. What up, Dave? Screw everyone on UFC 222. Let's just scrap this. Put Edgar versus Ortega on Orlando. Because what else would you have done? If everyone isn't checking out Dave on Twitter, go do it. That man's a Photoshop master. But earlier, yeah, so in that event, do you get Kat Zingano versus Ketlin Vieira? And we got Michael Anzalone. He wants to know, Dan, what do you think of Kat Zingano fight? You think her knee will give out? I do not. I think that's going to be a hell of a fight. That's going to take us back to the women's fights that we remember from the beginning. You know, just balls to the walls action with these two. And after the people that you see that Kat's beat, it's hard not to pick her. But Ketlin Vieira, man, she's undefeated. The UFC loves their undefeated fighters more than anything, so maybe they're trying to give her some positive potential matchmaking as they see it. But she beat Mish Tate. She's got to win over the champ. Lost to Rousey in that freak event. Juliana Pena beat her up, though. She's irrelevant. She's out having a baby. So, boom. There's swoops in Kat versus Ketlin Vieira. I think that's going to be 3 rounds and a little bit of back and forth, but in the end, you see Kat just get hit and that rage comes out of her, or whatever the hell. And she comes out swinging, just... I don't know, I remember, I think the end of round 1 versus Mish Tate, Misha pushes off of Kat's head as she gets up. And Kat was like never the same after that point. She wanted revenge and she got it, and it was amazing to watch. You see that? If Kat can flip that switch, if she gets hit enough to flip it or whatever, then I'm picking her in that fight. That's what Brett Okamoto's got to say. Back to Junkie. We touched on Bisping already. Branch versus Thiago Santos. Right? That's who that is. Added to Atlantic City. Alright, so Branch is going back near home to New Jersey. Who else called him out? Anders. Eric Anders is calling out people wanting to get on a card real quick. Josh Berkman, Alex Morano added to Austin. Say what? Hold up. Austin, it just got a fight added to it. No, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be shitting me. Yo, we had a poll of the day. We better go check out the results. I should have told you guys about this sooner. Poll of the day is what's going to happen to UFC 222. There's 4 options, really. Demote it to a fight night. Demote it to fight pass. Cancel it. Or a miracle happens. And what will happen? The results so far, final results, we had 22 votes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you. You guys are by far the smartest of the MMA community, so we always go by just a select few from my Twitter. 40% says a miracle saves this card. Man, we got a lot more optimistic people. I got a good crowd, don't I, man? Got a good crowd of optimistic folks over here on Twitter. Weidman versus Jacare at UFC 222. Oh, that would be awesome. 2 guys coming in with some hype as of recently. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. I don't think it gets many pay-per-view buys. I still want to go, yeah, still demote it to a fight night. I'm with you, Kenshiro, because we just looked at the numbers a minute ago of UFC Fight Night Hendricks versus Thompson, which Kane versus where Doom was supposed to happen on. That fell out. It got demoted. 196 got demoted right here. Did 1.32 average, 1.47 million peak. That seems way better of an idea to me than coming in with nothing. Just, 100,000, 200,000 people on pay-per-view to watch all these new up-and-comers you got. 32% thought it was going to be canceled altogether. Once I saw what Ariel had posted about it trying to get moved to Orlando, Edgar versus Ortega, the main event, an earlier date, I was like, what? They are trying to cancel this card. So I see the 32% right there. 23% of you demote it to a FS1 fight night. That's really where I'm leaning right now. But I think Dave kind of agrees with the 40% here that says a miracle saves this card. Weidman versus Jacare. I don't need a championship fight to save it. Throw everything you can at it at this point. Throw a bunch of money at it. Get his fans excited. You'd be like, you know what? What did the UFC do when they got down in the trenches? And Dana can pull some shit out of his ass usually. The Fertitta brothers would make something happen. What's Endeavor gonna do when times get rough? Are they gonna pay some guys to do a solid? Are they gonna just rely on some nonsense? What's gonna happen? I mean, Cody versus anybody on this card, that's awesome. Frankie Edgar versus Ortega, that's awesome. Weidman versus Jacare, now you're getting me excited to see this card, actually. So, do some shit like that, man. Pay $5 million and get a Diaz, bro. Get all that for $1 million. Give Ford an 8. See if we'll do it. Because, I mean, what else are we looking forward to? What are they going to do in Brazil for 224? What are they going to do in 225? Where the hell was that announced? Chicago? What are those main events? Oh, yeah. Kenshiro says, if they don't demote UFC 222, the pay-per-view company won't allow it, since they won't even sell 100K pay-per-views. So cost fees itself will cost the UFC all the profit from UFC 222 and such low buys. I didn't know there was a fee associated, but that makes sense too. I know they take 40% of everything was the latest number I saw. 40% goes to the distributor, 60% to the promotion and the fighters. From there, the UFC takes about 58%, and the fighters get the other 2. Whatever the hell's going on there. Man, the good thing, Ken, is you can't see my waistline, so you'll never actually know the answer if I got an erection right now or not. Salute to Hispanics in sports and entertainment. Was just in Minneapolis, and they awarded no other than Brian T. City Ortega Hispanic Athlete of the Year, UFC star. I got this from the LFA. Leak that shit to me. Show it, Dan. Don't be a bitch boy. Show us your full cock. Oh, man. This ain't that type of stream, Ken. Yo, this was a good chat. The Slip and Dip podcast. James Vick. Angie Overkill Hill. Dana White appears to rule out Nate Diaz for UFC 222. He doesn't want to fight. Translation via our boy Scott Bond on Twitter. Nate Diaz wants to fight, just not for the peanuts we're offering him. Mike says, I think it's unfair that the fighters get so little percentage. I agree 100%, Mike. I'll be up here all day preaching about how they need to get more of that money. Why everyone should be making, who was it recently? Ally Quinta, go check out that interview. He said, I think everyone should be making at least 3 times as much as what we're making right now. And you know, the guys coming in for 10 and 10, what they're making before that is pitiful. So that is what it is, whatever. But the guys coming up, you should go from 10 and 10 to 15, 15, 20 and 20, rapidly going up. Not this 10 and 10 to 12 and 12 shit that they got going. Way more rapidly. Gaslam does need a fight. Now, Dave, all you guys, man, I think Gaslam could be the 175-pound champion if he would get his diet together. Think of the guys that he would have to face in that weight class, like Darren Till, Robbie Lawler, Carlos Condit. But I don't know. I want a 165-pound division, 175. I think Gaslam can make 175. I think of Gaslam versus Whitaker. That's where I go. Does he belong in this division? Can he beat the champ? And who knows if Whitaker will be champ, but I don't think Gaslam beats Whitaker. Mexican hype is real, Dan. I believe in it. 100%, man. Connor or Nate, both names that don't belong in MMA for 2018. Fight or shut the fuck up. Those two, I don't give a fuck about them. Yeah, I definitely feel that way with Connor, so I could see, especially with me beating on Nate so goddamn much, why you guys would say that. It's been so long since we saw Diaz, bro, man. I'm fiending for that shit. I'm fiending so hard. Why haven't we? They did this before. I mean, UFC on Fox versus Johnson was headlined by fucking RDA versus Cerrone, and then someone else even right below that, because Diaz wasn't even on the poster. He was over there drawing himself on, listening to Tupac and talking to Ariel and shit. And beyond that, he went into that epic call out, got that fight. But they weren't building him up, man. They weren't even having Nate on pay-per-views. They had him on all the Fox cards so they could build the UFC name and all that shit, man. They used the Diaz bros, but really gave them nothing back. And so at this point in time, they know their worth, and they're not going to take anything less than their worth. But we want to see mega fights. We want mega stars out there. And if without the mega fights and mega stars, all these other cards, the sea subsides, man, and all the ships fall with the lowering of the tides, right? And the tides are low right now. The tides are fucking low, man. Gaslam can be a 265 champion. Fat ass cunt can't ever make any weight division. He'll always eat more of his weight cut, right, dude? He's a He's probably like me, where he's a procrastinator, or he just plans shit till the last minute. Oh, I'll do it, you know, with this one last taco. But in Gaslam, dude, you go over in Shanghai, first mainland card in China, and take out Bisbing, you're gonna get some hype there too. I mean, he had all the hype from that season of Tough with Chael. I watched that one. And, you know, he's been carrying a ton of hype this whole time. Lost a split decision to Gaslam. So, he's got quality wins on his record. And only lost to quality folks. What, Rory? Did he lose to Rory? Anyways, it looks like Kevin Gaslam needs to get more love from you guys. So on Thursday, normally we're gonna be doing Truth in MMA every Tuesday and Thursday, but Thursday is the Roy Jones Jr.'s last fight on Fight Pass, and I believe the MMA holes, or not the MMA holes, on the alternate channel, there will be a Fight Buddies going on during that. Nice casual one. So we'll definitely be hanging out there for Thursday. But every Tuesday and Thursday, 6 p.m. for 1 hour, we'll be going strong here. And then if you want more of me, after MMA Junkie every morning, they go 10 to noon Pacific time. So 1 to 3 East Coast time. Right after that, go for a half an hour with After the Show. I give my take on all the topics. They're not going to spit to you straight because they got fucking affiliates and all that nonsense. I'm going to give you the truth every motherfucking day that I can. So, next time, more with Kevin Gaslam, more with 222. As always, potentially, who knows what other type of shit we'll end up coming up with. But guys, go ahead and go tune in to Ted Check. He should be going live at this point in time. Tomorrow at the MMA holes. Be there at 6 p.m. every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Love those fuckers. Love MMA Junkie. Love all you sickos out there in the chat. Next time, Kevin Gaslam. Back to you guys. I'm out.